everybody, I'm your man, Dennis Pitzenberger, and we are here in the Las Vegas Convention Center for the 50th annual SEMA show. And I get to interview some of the most entertaining and fun people on the planet, including the man to my right, Sean Crawford from Performance Motorsports. And, you know, if you see the logo, you do some cool stuff with Pistons too. But great to have you up here on the show, and great to have you on the stage, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
The story goes, third generation gearhead. You know, take us through what has led you up to where you are now in your motorsports career.
Sure, so I mean, years ago, it always started with me and my father just turning wrenches, you know, in the garage. And at the time, I never thought anything of it. I just thought that's what you do. That's what people do on the weekends or the weeknights. And as I got older, it's like, okay, well, I really like doing this. And then I started buying my own cars. I started building my own cars and engines. Next thing you know, I'm working in the industry and I'm hooked.
What was your first job in the automotive industry?
First job was actually building racing engines. So kind of behind the scenes, I built hot rods on my own, but I never really got into the engine side. And a few friends of mine, they had got into the racing side on the vintage racing side of the business, and I started building, you know, small Atlantic road race engines. So
really?
It's kind of a real random entry into the performance space.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd entry point.
Yeah.
You know, I was expecting you to say NASCAR, ARCA, or maybe some hot rod. That's an odd. You know, tell me, there's always so many engine builders out there that everybody has their own kind of philosophy. You know, was there something different about that led you there, or was it just happened to be the opportunity that you grasped onto?
I think it was just my circle of friends. We're all real technical, and I just happened to fall into an opportunity. So I already had my technical background from working with my dad, building hot rods and all that, and then they had an opening in an engine shop, and it just grew from there. So my technical ability went, you know, 20 times once I got inside an engine shop and learned about all the nuts and bolts of how it goes together.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what your involvement with SEMA is, because, you know, the theme of all of these interviews, and certainly why we're here this year, is we built this. You know, and it's something that's very strong and very powerful thing to say. From your perspective, you know, you take very, very close to your heart volunteerism and being involved with SEMA on that level. What does that mean to you, and how does it affect you in your career and the way you spread this wonderful disease we all have called the automobile?
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, this industry is everything that I do. I mean, it's how I make my money. It's how I survive. It's what I do every single day. And SEMA is what keeps it all alive. So about 5 years ago, I really started investing more and more time with SEMA volunteering. So I got started working with the Emerging Trends and Technology Network. And then since then, I've moved to the MPMC, obviously being on the racing parts side of things. And it's just grown from there. So on a personal level, I've made a ton of friendships. That's probably the biggest benefits of working in the networks, is all the people you work together with or you see at the trade show, all of a sudden now they become your friends. And I can pick up the phone anytime, and, you know, in addition to getting free parts for my own projects. Right?
Oh, it does help.
Right? It works out that way.
Like it doesn't make us happy.
But we're all getting together and we work towards, you know, the common goal of keeping the industry alive.
Well, and that's very important, you know, and maybe for you, you know, I've asked this question of a lot of the guests up here today. 50 years. You know, I mean, I'm 46 years old, man. I'm a dinosaur. And I know you're younger than me. What does 50 years mean to you?
Oh, I think it's just a start. That's what I think. I hope that's what it is. Because I look back at where the industry's been and where it's going now and how SEMA's contributed to that. It's the glue that holds it all together. So I hope to see it go another 50 years or more.
Oh, I'd like to think that I'll probably be gone by then. There'll be somebody else up interviewing all the guys that are still around. Hey, listen, look in that camera. Tell people who you are, where we can find everything about what you do, both on the SEMA and professional side. Let them have it.
Sean Crawford, Performance Motorsports. You can check out our brands, jepistons.com, wiseco.com, and innovatemotorsports.com.
On behalf of Sean Crawford, myself, Dennis Pitzenberger, we'll see you soon right here, SEMA Show 2016.